Here's a strange plot twist no one warned us about. Some people feel more alive sitting alone in a room doing absolutely nothing than being surrounded by humans doing absolutely something. And society acts like this is suspicious behavior. Like if you enjoy silence, you're either writing a sad poem, planning to disappear, or entering your villain era. But what if I told you solitude isn't a red flag? It's a feature. Some minds don't just tolerate quiet, they perform best in it. Not because they're antisocial, but because their brain is basically a high-end device that overheats around too many people. Let's talk about that mind, your mind. If you're watching this, chances are you've had at least one moment where you wondered, is it normal to enjoy being alone this much? Like, should I be worried? Maybe you're the type who can socialize perfectly fine, joke around, laugh, talk, even look like you're having the time of your life. But then suddenly, mid-conversation, your brain hits a silent notification that says, your social battery is now at 3%. Please find a quiet room before emotional shutdown occurs. And that's when you start planning your escape. Not dramatically, just politely, internally, spiritually. Or maybe you've had those days where you genuinely want to hang out with people until the plan becomes real. Then you're like, wow, past me was so brave for agreeing to this. Maybe you're the person who loves deep conversations but shortens your soul a little every time you're forced into small talk about weather, traffic, or what you do for fun. Spoiler, none of the things you actually do for fun sound socially acceptable, so you lie and say something basic like reading. You might also be the friend who's always busy, when in reality you're busy doing absolutely nothing, on purpose, because nothingness is where your mind feels the most peaceful. And if you've ever had someone say, why are you so quiet? Or, you should get out more, and your spirit instantly left the chat. Yeah, you're in the right place. This part of the video is for the people who aren't lonely. They just genuinely like themselves enough to spend quality time alone. Sound like you? Good. Because this video was made for your brain. If you're here, I'm guessing you've had at least one of these moments. You're hanging out with people, everything's going fine, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, your brain whispers, all right, that's enough human interaction for today, and immediately logs out of the conversation. Not politely, not gradually, just click gone. Or maybe you're the type who actually likes people from a distance, in small doses, with recovery time scheduled afterward. You enjoy being social, but afterward you feel like your soul just finished running a marathon it didn't sign up for. You know that feeling when someone asks, want to hang out? And you say yes because you genuinely meant it, but when the day arrives, you're like, that was a cute idea. Let's never do that again. Maybe your happiest moments are the ones where you're alone with your thoughts, not overthinking, not spiraling, just vibing, cooking by yourself, listening to music, scrolling, staring at the ceiling like a philosopher, and feeling completely at peace. But then comes the pressure. Why don't you talk more? You're always in your own world. You should be more social. And you're standing there like, sir, I'm literally recharging. This is self-care. If you've ever felt misunderstood because you value your space, your silence, your room, your thoughts, or if you've ever pretended to be busy just so you could stay home, congratulations. You're not broken. You're not antisocial. You're not weird. You're just built differently. And this video is about understanding exactly what that different really is. Here's the part most people don't understand. You don't crave solitude because you dislike people. You crave it because it gives you access to a version of yourself you can't reach in noise. When you're alone, your brain finally stops performing. No small talk. No social expectations. No pressure to react instantly or match someone else's energy. Just you, operating on your natural settings. Solitude is where your mind organizes itself. It's where your emotions settle instead of swirl. It's where your ideas stop fighting each other and start connecting. It's where your confidence quietly rebuilds after a long day of pretending you're fine. At the core, you're not chasing isolation, you're chasing freedom. Freedom to breathe. Freedom to think clearly. Freedom to exist without commentary. You want solitude because that's where you actually hear your own voice, and it finally sounds like you, not a remix of everyone else's opinions. That's the real goal behind your love for being alone. Let's be honest, wanting solitude isn't really about escaping people. It's about returning to yourself. Because when you're around others, even the nicest, kindest people, you're still managing micro things. Your tone, your reactions, your expressions, your energy level. Basically running social software in the background like an app that drains 40% battery for no reason. But when you're alone, everything powers down except the things that actually matter. Solitude gives you a kind of mental clarity you can't buy, can't fake, and definitely can't get in a room full of conversations that all happen at the same time. It's the space where your brain sorts out emotions you didn't have time to feel, ideas you didn't have time to explore, and thoughts you never said out loud. You're not chasing distance, you're chasing alignment. You want to feel centered, not scattered, grounded, not overwhelmed. You want your internal world to make sense again. That's the real goal behind your love for solitude. Not withdrawal, but recalibration. It's Saturday evening, and you've somehow been convinced to attend a small get-together. Just a few people, they said. Chill vibes, they said. You believe them. Rookie mistake. You walk in, and yes, it is a small group. If your definition of small is half the population of your city. Everyone's talking at once. Music is playing just loud enough to interrupt your thoughts, but not loud enough to drown anyone out. And someone immediately tries to hand you a drink you didn't ask for. You smile, because you're a functioning human adult, but inside your brain is like a laptop running 47 background programs. Overheating, lagging, maybe even preparing to shut down. You survive the first hour. You laugh at jokes. You nod along in conversations. You even make a few clever comments that surprise you. But then, it hits. That sudden drop in internal battery life. Your social energy falls from a healthy 60% to a desperate 7% in under a minute. A friend turns to you and asks, "So what did you do this week?" And your mind goes completely blank. Like, clean slate, factory reset blank. You have lived on Earth for decades, but in this moment, you cannot recall a single activity you've ever done in your entire life. You give a vague answer like, "Oh, you know, the usual," praying they don't ask follow-ups. Thankfully, they don't, because someone across the room just dropped a chip bowl. That's your cue. You grab your bag like you're escaping a crime scene. You say something polite like, "I think I'm gonna head out," while your inner voice screams, "Run." You step outside, breathe in the quiet air, and suddenly, peace. Your thoughts return. Your personality logs back in. Your brain stops buffering and finally goes, home. And that little moment, that's the exact difference between surviving and being yourself. Step-by-step practical guide. All right, now that we've established your brain is powered by solitude instead of social chaos, let's talk about how to actually use that to your advantage, without disappearing into the mountains like a monk. Step 1. Schedule alone time before you need it. Most people wait until they're mentally collapsing before taking a break. Not you. You need to treat alone time like a daily vitamin. Take it before the symptoms show up. Block out quiet pockets in your day. Even 20 minutes makes a difference. Step 2. Set energy boundaries, not people boundaries. You don't need to avoid people. You just need to protect your battery. Say things like, "I'd love to hang out, but I need some recharge time first." It's honest, simple, and prevents burnout. Step 3. Build a recharge ritual. Your ritual can be anything that makes your brain go, "Ah yes," silence. A walk, a cup of tea, music, journaling, sitting in bed staring at the wall like a wise old panda. Whatever resets your mind. Repeat it daily until your brain starts recognizing it as downtime. Step 4. Do your deep work when you're alone. Your best thinking happens when the world is quiet. Use solitude for planning, writing, problem-solving, learning, the stuff that requires the premium version of your brain. Step 5. Choose quality over quantity in social life. You don't need a huge social calendar. You need meaningful interactions with people who get you. One good conversation, 10 exhausting ones. Use these steps consistently, and your solitude becomes not just a preference, but a system.